Okay, the following lecture will be covering what the uniqueness of the Buddha. It's a very important topic and is every question will be set every year. So you need to remember all the characteristics of our Buddha. Okay, so we introduce what Buddha himself is about. Buddha was a historic person, an eminent teacher who proclaimed to the world as the awakened one. He propagated the knowledge and wisdom that he discovered during a period of 45 years and passed away at 543 BC. So basically, our Buddha is not a god or whatever, but it's a person who discovered the truth and preach it to the people. So at the age of 80, having established a system of religious philosophy, Buddhists, we tend to use it as philosophy rather than religion, which came to be recognized as Buddhism, which is observed in many countries of Asia. And now it has spread worldwide, including US and also Europe, including Africa. So Buddha was a unique religious dignitary in human history. He was born as a human. So he performed what a human uh, doing every day, who exercised a great influence on the life and thought of people of India during his lifetime. So during the Vedic time, this so-called Brahmanism or Hinduism is the one that influenced for many centuries. So this influence diffused to Southeast and East Asia with the propagation of his teaching by his disciple after his death. So basically, after he passed away, the region further expanded south towards Sri Lanka and southeast towards the other countries and East Asia. That means covering Thailand, Cambodia, and then Laos, and so on and so on. So the uniqueness of Buddha can be viewed from many standpoints. So our Buddha, the spiritual and intellect supremacy of the Buddha was of such eminence that he dominated the contemporary society in the wisdom and morality like a tower. So during the 6th BC, where many other so-called religions flourished, and then our Buddha was outstanding among all of them. So this quality sufficed to elevate the Buddha to a superhuman level in the eyes of his followers. In the Buddha's period, nobody dared to elevate our Buddha. It's only after his passing away that these followers and also the monks elevate or glorify our Buddha until he become a supreme kind of human being. So in his own words, the Buddha declared that he was not an ordinary human. Okay, he's not an ordinary human. He's unlike our human who has hold all the kind of things. He's the one that have got rid all the things and become enlightened. And being who is subjected to, as a human, subject to fragilities. All kind of problems, things, and all especially the bad one, and then the defilement, all our kind of wants, all that kind of things. So all these, our Buddha already surpassed this. So he's the one that is above all human. So Buddha soon came to be recognized as an extraordinary human being. A special among all the human beings, and possess superpower and special knowledge, which he himself never claimed to be that, because he wouldn't want to display all his kind of this stuff, because he's the only one want to end suffering. All these are of no importance to the lay people. So as learning about Buddha, you need to know all these things. Tiso Vicha, the threefold knowledge. What is threefold knowledge about? The three knowledge or the three higher knowledge attained by Buddha during his enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. So these three profound insight, very important teaching, are key milestone in the depth to liberation and to achieve Nibbana in Buddhism. So we must know all these are as a Buddha. He has this special kind of knowledge beyond our normal human. Ube nisvasa vanu sanu sati nada, the knowledge of past life. So Buddha, in many occasions, he mentioned, especially his cousin, the one who want to get married on the particular day, and Buddha are able to convince him by forcing him, and then after that he able to see this past life. Then our this particular relative then convinced to become a truly monk. So the ability to recall one's own and other past existence in detail. So our Buddha always in his other past story, he able to relate this to all those people who ask him question on this. So this knowledge arises to deep meditative insight, samadhi. So if you achieve samadhi, you can able to achieve the ability to recall one's or other people past existence. So Buddha has this capability, which he shown it to a number of people when they will not believe him, and then they finally convince them. The next one is Chatupapata Nada, the knowledge of death and rebirth of beings. This one you also show it to a couple of people when you're trying to lead them to the path. Also called the divine eye, Diba Chaku. This one, Buddha never always want to perform this. Right? In times when you need, then you perform this. It's an insight into the how beings are born according to their karma action. So the Buddha saw how beings die and reappear in different realms, heavenly, hellish, human, so and so on, based on their moral conduct. So this is another capability where Buddha, if he able to convince you that you go into this cycle of samsara, so if you are kind of this kind of knowledge, you realize it very soon and get disgusted with life because it's a never-ending cycle. The third knowledge is Asavakananda, knowledge of the destruction of things. So another capability is that the direct realization of the Four Noble Truths, which he preached in every of his lecture, and leading to the destruction of asavas, or what called mental defilement, like sensual desire, ignorance, and wrong view. So Buddha able to preach the Four Noble Truths, which you able to realize it, then you get enlightened. So this is the ultimate knowledge that brings about arahantship, liberate from the cycle of rebirth. So this basically Buddha has these three capability. So if you meet him during your next lifetime, he able to convince you, you straight away will lead you to the Arahant path. So these three knowledges mark the Buddha full enlightenment, and they are also attainable by disciple to advanced meditation and insight, the vipassana. And the third knowledge, asavakya, is the most crucial as it lead to the end of suffering. So you able to get to this third level, you will get discussed with the life after life. So in Theravada Buddhism, they describe text in the Samappala Sutta and the Arya Pariyasana Sutta. So you find this mentioned especially in the Samappala Sutta and this particular sutta. So remember the three knowledge, you need to remember it well. And then next one, we look into it is the Chalavina, or what you call the sixfold super knowledge. It's also known as six higher knowledge or the six supernormal knowledge in Buddhism. So these are advanced spiritual attainment cultivated through deep meditation and insight. And they were possessed by Buddha and can also attain by accomplished Arahant and advanced meditator. So what are they? You need to know all the six of them. ED, V, Da, or what I call psychic power. Buddha always don't avoid talking about this. But the other higher teachers love to talk about this. The ability to perform miracles. Remember the twin miracles, such as multiplying the body, walking on water, flying through the air, passing through the wall. So these are things which Buddha discouraged, including his disciple, those who are Arahant status. So Buddha displayed this power to subdue skeptics in only time and situation where you need to perform this to keep away all these skeptics, especially the twin miracle. Remember when you study in the earlier part, but he discouraged their misuse for mere show. No showing off. Okay, so Buddha just need to display only when calling for necessity. So he also never want to mention about much about this. Remember the cousin, he also achieved this, but after doing the bad things, all the psychic power just disappear. Next one, Diba Sota is called divine ear or carol organ. I mean, the ability to hear sound from both the human and divine realms. Buddha, that's why you talk about everything. Buddha has a super hearing. So he know even before what you're talking. Okay. Then from far away. Example, a meditator can hear devas or what I call God speaking on a distant human conversation. So even you attend a certain level, even meditate, you can even hear the other those divine realm what they have been speaking. Next one, Sito Pariyana, or what I call mind reading knowledge. Here, Buddha has the ability to know the thoughts and mental state of others. So Buddha even has a capability more than X-ray. He can know what you are cooking out in your mind. Okay, so this is also marvelous thing. Example, the Buddha could discern whether a disciple had doubt, confidence, or other mental qualities. That's why upon approaching a Buddha for help or for everything, Buddha already know what kind of person you are and what is your capability, and he'll prescribe the right kind of advice to you. So meeting a Buddha is a very good blessing. The fourth knowledge is about Pube Niva Sanusati, memory of past life. The ability to recall one's own and others' past existences in detail. Remember Buddha under the Bodhi tree? He can recall all his past life. How is a Bodhisattva, how all the past life he should try accumulate to accomplish this Bodhisattva path and then able till the day he achieve become a Buddha. Example, Buddha remember his previous birth as a Bodhisattva before enlightenment. Okay? And then next one, Diba Chakku, or what I call divine eye or clairvoyant. Here is the ability to see the death and rebirth of beings according to their karma. Remember one incident where Buddha able to bring that particular person to see in the heavenly realm how this person life history been, how he has been born from various level from up to down. Example, Buddha saw how beings are reborn in heavenly or hellly realm based on their action. So if you have such a capability that is beyond our lay people able to do it. And then the number 6 one is Asavahayanada, the knowledge of destruction of defilement. The ultimate knowledge that destroyed the asava, pains, or what I call sensual desire, becoming, and also ignorant. So Buddha able to destroy all these things that you can reach towards liberation. That's why how he able to teach lay people how to get out from there. This will lead you to arahantship. Example, Buddha enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. So Buddha under the Bodhi tree, he attained this knowledge and he can discover that all what he has attained and what he has uh, achieved, and then he won't come back again. So the first key points you need to look to. The first five are called mundane, lokia, and can be attained under non-Buddhist yogi. This one, other those who practice meditation can achieve this. The first five. The sixth is super mundane, lokatura, and it is unique to Buddhism, so it will lead to Nibbana. So these early five, some of those other who claim to have such knowledge are the Jains, and then the other Samana teachers. Okay, but how really true? I don't know. It's up to them because they claim to have such capabilities. And then the next thing that Buddha discouraged displaying psychic power, except to inspire faith in the right context. Right? Even to his disciple, Buddha discouraged to perform all this power. So you want to find the sixfold super knowledge, you can find in the Samapala Sutta. Buddha, the King Asatu asked the Buddha about the fruits of spiritual life. And then in Keva Sutta, the Buddha criticized misuse of psychic power. And then the Lokika Sutta discuss the proper use of higher knowledge. So if you want, you can explore all these sutta. You can find about these 6 super knowledge. Next one, we'll go to the 10 power. I think you all should have heard it in the other earlier lecture. Dasa Bala, the 10 powers. Dasa Balani means refer as the 10 powers of a Tathagata. It's a unique and supreme knowledge and possessed only by the fully enlightened Buddha. So this power represents the Buddha's complete and unshakable understanding of reality, setting him apart from other beings, including Arahants and Pacheka Buddhas. So this only possessed by the Buddha. Whatever Arahant state or private Buddha, you cannot achieve this capability. So we want to know all these 10 power. What are they? First one, Tanatan Kosala Nanda. Knowledge of what is possible and impossible. The Buddha has understand that the causes and conditions that make certain things possible or impossible. Okay, we will be studying this so-called patana. This is cause and condition. Very interesting topic. In our Abhidhamma and in the next coming lesson. Example, he knows whether a person can attain enlightenment in this life or not. So Buddha, that's why Buddha able prescribe even the one that the brother who is sweeping floor, washing clothes, can able to achieve this enlightenment in this lifetime. Next one, Karma Vipakananda. Knowledge of the result of karma, the action. He also able to see precisely how past action lead to future result in his life and beyond. Remember all the Buddha past history. He able to relate to this matter about those people seeking for help, about how they will lead the life in the future. Example, why some beings are born in hell while others attain heavenly realms. This is a very common explanation when Buddha giving it to those lay people. Third one, Sabha Tangami Patipada Nanda. Knowledge of the path leading to all destination. So he knows all the possible paths, both worldly and spiritual, and the outcome. Example, which practice lead to the rebirth in Deva realm. This he also spoken this to various people when they are in the lay life, and then which can lead to Nirvana. So it's up to your choice whether you want to choose to be born in Deva realm or to extinct all your suffering. You will end in Nirvana. So Buddha able to get this explained properly to you. Next one, Aneka Dhatu Nanda Dhatu Nanda. Knowledge of the diverse element of existence. So Buddha also, he understands the infinite variety of elements, the dhatus that make out the reality. Remember those Abhidhamma, all that elements, all the dhatus that make up what you call the reality. Example, different realms like earth, heavenly, hellish, the mental state and the material formation. So, like 31 existence, he not be able to explain until clearly what form of life, and including your rupa, whether you are form or formulas or stubble type. So all these are explained by the Buddha. Then next one is the Nanda Dik Mutikata Nanda. Knowledge of different inclination of beings. He knows the hidden tendency and desire of beings. So when you talk to the Buddha, you cannot hide because he has this knowledge of you up 100% of what you don't tell the truth, he even know it. So he knows the hidden tendency. You try to hide, no way can hide it. Example, why some people are drawn to greed, hatred, or wisdom. He able to explain to these people why you are drawn to all this evil and why you are of wisdom or that kind of standard. 6. Indriya Pariyattananda. Knowledge of the spiritual faculty of others. So Buddha also, he perceived the strength or weakness of being spiritual faculties in terms of faith, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. Because Buddha has this kind of omniscience, so he has this capability of looking upon you whether you are qualified or you are weak. Example, knowing who is ready for deep teaching and who needs simple guidance. That's why Buddha able to teach those like Sariputta, higher teaching, and those are like a simple mind, like the sweeper, able to attain the arahant state. Okay, so he prescribed the right medicine for you. So you meet the Buddha, you are in a blessing state that you will get the right medication for your spiritual attainment. The 7th one, Jhana Vimokkha Samadhi Samapatti Nanda. Knowledge of the meditative absorption, liberation, attainment. So he fully comprehended all levels of meditative absorption, like jhana, liberation, vimokkha, kata, and the concentration, samadhi. He can able to explain why certain meditation lead to temporary bliss, but not liberation. That's why remember the Metta Sutta one, how these monks went to a forest and meditate, right? Then all these beings, invisible beings, get disturbed by them, that they try to stop them from meditating in the forest. So this monk came to Buddha, and Buddha prescribed the meditation, the metta meditation, spreading this love and compassion to them. And then the beings let them to stay in the forest to improve on their meditation. So These are things which our Buddha is capable of doing it. 8. Ube Nivas Nanda. Knowledge of past life. Remember his and other past existed in detail. Example, the Buddha able to recall his past life as Bodhisattva. Remember, this one all in the early Buddhist history. And then next, number 9, Juttu Papa Pata Nanda, or what I call Diba Chaku Nanda. Knowledge of the death and rebirth of beings. So he able to see how beings die and reborn according to the karma. Example, Buddha saw beings moving between heavenly and hellish realm. This is a common one which in many of the story related. And number 10, Asavaka Nanda. Knowledge of the destruction of mental defilement. This is talking about our mind. He has completely, our Buddha, completely eradicated all things, the asava, the sensuality, becoming ignorant, attain all full liberation. Example, Buddha enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. It was under the Bodhi tree that completed, totally wipe up all the things. So you need to know the significance of these 10 powers. These powers are exclusive to the Sama Buddha, our only fully enlightened Buddha. Even Arahant Pacceka Buddha do not possess all of them. They allow the Buddha to teach the Dhamma perfectly, knowing exactly what each being needs. Okay, so with 10 powers, Buddha able to prescribe the right medicine for you. Okay, so it's a blessing that only the Buddha can do it, or Arahant has limited capability. So you can find all these, the Bala, in this particular sutta, okay? The 3 of them. Next one, we look at the Chatu Vesaraja, the 4 confidence of a Buddha. Right? So you need to know these 4 also. The Chatu Visaraja refers as 4 unshakable confidence or the 4 assurance of an enlightened Buddha. So these 4 supreme confidences allow the Buddha to teach the Dhamma with absolute fearlessness and authority, free from any doubt or challenge. You can find this in this particular 2 sutta, okay? Or this Chatu Visaraja, the Maha Sihanda Sutta and the Vesaraja Sutta. So what are they? He claimed in this statement, I claim to be fully enlightened, and no one can rightly dispute this. Okay, even the gods cannot say that he is not enlightened. So in Pali, the verse is Sama Sambuddho Oti Pajit Janmi Name Eta Kuchi Samamo Va Brahmo Va Devo Va Maro Va Brahmana Ka Kochi Va Lokasmin Sada Ha Mina Patti Hin Pam Samanu Jani Sati. So basically, they say Buddha is a certain that no ascetic and the Samana teacher or whatever, the Brahmin or the Brahmin who are in the Hinduism one, God, demon, or any other being in the universe can truly deny his enlightenment. So he can boldly say that this is a statement of Buddha claim that he is one that is fully enlightened. The Buddha made this bold admission that I'm the supremely enlightened Buddha, endowed with all knowing wisdom, and truly he possessed all the knowing wisdom. Remember, in the past, in the Dhamma, in the I think first or second year, we do came across this, right? This statement. He passed this statement to, especially I think, remember once after enlightenment. I remember that once after enlightenment, one of the Brahmin priests asked him about this. And then next statement he made, I have destroyed all defilement, asava, and no one can rightly dispute this. So in Pali he said, Hinami asavati patija nami etakochi samano va brahmano va devo va maro va brahmana va kochi va lokasmin sada mena pati hetkam pam samujana si sati. So what Buddha says is that Buddha knows with certainty that he has eradicated all mental things, great hatred, delusion, and that no one can truly claim otherwise. And he is very certain that he has able to clear all the things, and then nobody can dispute about him. So he made this bold admission that I am an arahat who has destroyed all the defilement, and truly he's an arahat. Right? So he made this statement very clearly. That's why when you study further on the Mahayana, these Mahayana people, I mean those followers or monks, they question of this arahat whether they clear all this defilement. That's why I think there must be a reason behind it, or sort of jealousy or whatever things which these people unable to achieve it. So they boldly try to dispute on this. And arahat still with things. We are coming to the next following chapter, then we will study about this Mahayana dispute on this arahat personality. 3. The obstacle I've described truly hinders spiritual progress, and no one can rightly dispute this. In Pali, he said, Yechami anata raika dhamma vutta te pasivet vato anarat yam karotiti na me eta kochi samano va vamano va devo va maro va brahma va kochi va lokasmin sada mena pati ke pam samujanisati. So Buddha in English said, Buddha conveniently declares that the hindrances or the sensual desire, ill will, sloth, restlessness, doubt, and so on, truly obstruct liberation, and no one can refute this. So when you bring this, all these are things that will hinder your moving forward. So this is the thing which he described, and then nobody can dispute this. He boldly declared this with this all-knowing wisdom that such and such factor are impedance to go good destination, to jhana, to magga, to pala, and truly are those factors of impediments. Okay? That's why our Buddha already know all these things that are obstructing you from getting into your next level. So next one, the Dhamma I teach lead to complete liberation, and no one can rightly dispute this. He too claimed this statement. Yo Jaya Maya Dhammo, Deseto Parisudo Tam, Pati Pa Jamanasa Na Adi Vanavo Uda Pajisatiti Nami Eta Kochi Samano Va Bamano Va Devo Va Maro Va Brahma Va Kochi Va Lokasmin Sadamena Pati Hekpam Samuni Nujani Sati. Basically, say the Buddha is certain that his teaching, especially the 8 Noble Path, will lead you to Nibbana without any hidden flaws, and no one can disapprove this. Okay, he showed boldly said this statement: if you follow Noble Path, you are definitely on the right path to Nibbana. He boldly declared with his all-knowing wisdom that such and such factors are those that lead to the emancipation from the woeful round of existence, and truly are those factors produce productive of emancipation. And this is a true path for you to go to Nibbana. Well, I stop here for a while, 10 minutes, then come back.